This is too much. That's a lot. I was a troll.
Ask me that question, he's answering it.
Guys, congratulations on the movie.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I tell you, every time I see Jordan Peele's name on something now, I know it's going to be messed up, which is weird considering how long he was this shining light in someone who's going to make you feel good and fluffy inside and make you laugh. So the best place to start, I guess, Marlon, with you, mate. You've kind of danced this line between humour and fear, comedy and horror, like for a while, but we've always felt kind of held in your humour along that way. What's your take on how Jordan sort of like turned his back on this world and now is so immersed in the horrors and the scares? And do you think you could ever do that? Could you ever kind of just put a pin in that part of you?
Absolutely, because it's like when you're doing comedy, you're this huge light. And then when you start doing drama and horror and it gets twisted, it's turning the light off. And now you just have one little flashlight on, not even a full flashlight, like a phone light. And you're just in this dark space exploring. And it's a lot more fun than the light. This is too much. That's a lot. When you get to focus that light and turn it off and maybe turn it red and make it weird, that's fun to explore. That's what I was able to do for me, for Isaiah. I got to own that same kind of dark light that he lives in.
Do you think you could do that like every day though? Like week on week, year on year, and just be like, this is me now, I'm living in the darkness?
This is easy compared to comedy. I'll switch. Comedy's hard.
But there were moments in the film where Isaiah was really funny too.
Because he's dark and
Yeah.
he's twisted. And I think it's fun that a bad guy has fun.
I think as testament to your performance in this, there was, like, whenever you're known for humour and then you do something serious, there's always, as an audience member, you're waiting to be told, hey, it's okay, I'm still here, I'm gonna make you smile, I'm gonna make you laugh. But I thought there was a kind of darkness in you throughout this. So there was moments when it was funny, but it was like awkward funny. Like when your mate says something, or you're introduced to somebody and you don't know if they like you yet, and if they're like taking the mick out of you, or they're actually like giving you a hard time. So I enjoyed that.
That was done with intention, right? Anytime I cracked a joke, it was because I was trying to humiliate him.
Yeah.
It was coming from a bad place. I was insecure, and when Isaiah was insecure, and he wanted to humiliate him. He wanted to twist him. He wanted to hurt him. He wanted to, cut him in some kind of way. So that's where the humor came from. So yeah, it was uncomfortable. It wasn't like someone was playing nice.
Tyriq, I heard you, I looked at some clips from the US premiere and you're talking about you guys' relationship on set, and there was a sort of like a brotherly thing that sounded like it was both Marlon giving you a bit of a hard time, as like a big brother would do, like hazing, but then because of the performances in the movie, like I see it and I'm like, was there some of that like hard edge? Were you like trying to put him in an awkward space because of the actual what you were trying to put on camera? How did you feel around that, and how different has he been since you finished filming?
I did it the whole movie.
Yeah,
I trolled him in a light way.
Yeah.
Marlon to Tyriq. I was a troll. I apologize.
Yeah. He's trolling me right now. No, but you asked me that question, he's answering it. No, but having a brother, I don't know if you have siblings, but like I had an older brother who passed away, but like it's wrapped up. The love is wrapped up into like the humor, the jokes, the hard times. Luckily, me and Marlon kept it light. Like the cool arguments. He'll say he's better at pool. I say I'm better. But that fun competition. And then the jokes, and he'll throw
a party. I'll throw a bigger one.
Yeah. I throw a potluck, and he throws something that he paid for the entire thing of. But yeah, I think that made the film even better, and also he'd give me certain improv moments, and I know part of his improv was messing with me in the scene, and I think the one word I can think of is permission. We gave each other permission to just go to those extents to get that reaction from each other, and I think that permission from him and Justin is why you get what you get from Isaiah White.
Tyriq's at the kind of the start of his career in many ways, and the movie seems to be like muses on various different things, like the trappings of fame and ambition, the manipulations behind the scenes, what people project onto you when you're on a rise into kind of the public sphere. You guys have kind of lived in the public sphere for a longer time now. Was this movie at all kind of cathartic in a way because of the experiences you've had in your like being thrust into the spotlight? And it sounds silly to say because of the kind of movie it is, but how like were there any kind of realistic areas of the kind of people you've been around as you've like tried to navigate your careers and the people you've had to like watch out for as you've gone about your business?
Definitely.
Yeah. I think it's a cautionary tale.
So there's so when things, I don't want to give too much away because it does become quite graphic and stuff like that. There was no one in your mind's eye, you won't have to name any names, but mind's eye when you're like, oh, it'd be nice if this happened in real life at any point with the kind of
It
people
all
that-
does happen in real life. You know, you've seen it all. You've seen the wild parties. You've seen the bad mentors. You've seen, what people were willing to sacrifice for fame or for success or just for opportunity. And, I think it's a lot of it is, I think a good movie has to resonate.
Yeah.
It makes you feel a certain way. It makes you think about if I was in that experience. It's like I look at this movie and I just go, I feel the same way but different about like Requiem for a Dream. It was a movie that was so impactful, like it made me put down the weed. I was like, I'm good. I'm good. You know what I mean? Maybe it changed me. It made me look out, and I think this movie has the same effect, except Requiem, it crashed through the ground. It was a roller coaster that went up and crashed through the ground, and everybody died. It was like Final Destination. This movie it goes up, it goes down just when you're about to hit the floor. It twists, it goes back, and then stops on a dime, and then it goes backward. And you get off the ride and you go, I don't know what happened, but I want to do it again.
I was thinking about that movie because again, when people put their expectations on you, we know you from comedy for so many years, and you forget sometimes that you're in like these very dark, there's some dark roles along the way as well.
I think people need to stop like differentiating comedy from drama because I think that comedy and laughter is a tool that really hurt or like people that are in pain use. You know what I mean? Like it's all the same. It's two sides to the same like scale or spectrum, I guess. Like they go hand in hand. You can't be funny unless you've been through some shit. So that's why I think comedians are the best dramatic actors, and I've got to witness that firsthand with multiple comedians now. So
that's a very good point. The whole like Tears of a Clown.
it's not its own thing. They're not two separate things.
Yeah.
They are one. Like you can't
And you
have one
often
without the
find
other.
the people, like even great dramatic actors, they've done some good like comedy roles along the way, but it always seems to be the other way around,
Yeah.
where they kind of excel.
I've never
Exactly.
seen a great dramatic actor do an hour of stand-up. Something goofy, crazy, and make you laugh. Making somebody laugh, evoking that emotion to the majority of a crowd.
You have to really strike a chord inside someone's like soul, psyche.
And I think audiences are kind of open to it as well, because when you see somebody who's used to making you feel good and smile and laugh so much, looking like they're in pain, there's part of you, like you're giving yourself to them as well. Like it's like seeing a family member or someone you love in pain, and you're kind of invested in that way. I want to touch on American football. It's not as good as real football, obviously, but it does seem to be the most cinematic sport of all time. There's very few good like real football movies or shows that kind of encapsulate that excitement. Whereas there's, Remember the Titans and Friday Night Lights, Any Given Sunday. There's just like so many American football movies. Why do you think this sport and this world is as cinematic as it is? What lends itself to be so enthralling visually and the stories behind
I
it?
think the violence is one of the elements. The violence, the camaraderie, the brotherhood, the desperate fight to win. Everybody, when you watch a movie, you're looking for an elixir. Winning is an elixir. So you're rooting for somebody who's willing to put their life on the line every play just to win this little trophy. And it's loud, so when you crunching of the helmets and you play that on THX, it affects you. I went to watch this movie in 4X, and it was wild. It was blood every time, the helmets collided, the water hitting our face, and we was going up and down, and you feel the hits, and I'm telling you, it was a that was a roller coaster. So it was a hell of a ride. And I just think that there's a lot about the sport football, and that's why I'm happy athletes are starting to make more money. There's a lot of athletes that suffer a lot of damage after the sport, and but would you ask them would they do it again? They'd smoke a cigar and blow it out in your face and go, hell yeah.
I think you make a good point about the sound as well. I mean, I don't remember many good rugby movies, and that's violent, but like the thud of bodies just clashing together is one thing, but the cacophony of noise that comes from something like American football. Anyway, guys, I enjoyed it. It was messed up, but messed up in a good way.
Thank you.
And I hope you guys continue making movies that kind of scratch that itch as you go on, and hopefully I'll still be
big props to
around.
Justin Tipping, who I honestly say I think this is my favorite movie I've done.
Awesome. Even over Requiem.
Yeah. Different.
Wow.
I think I was able to, for me personally, I think Justin, this character Isaiah, and in the hands of Justin allowed me a lot of freedom. And Darren gave me wonderful direction. He's a great director as well, but I didn't have the freedom on Requiem as I had on this. This was untethered.
Well, let's see how Scary Movie 6 does, because it might blow it out the water. Who knows, guys?